All right, pardon my mess here. This is well, not a whole lot to it. It's a RadioShack Pro-2053 200 channel dual tracking trunk tracking scanner. And I've been having a failed LCD display. So I pulled it apart. It's amazing how much plastic is in this case. It's just mostly plastic. There's the back card there. Things never focus very well. Anyways, oh gosh, maybe it's the bright light. What I'm trying to get to is this is all there is on the inside. Now I've pulled apart and reseated the ribbon cables. The lights work, they always have. The LED lamps. Everything is reseated properly, and I still have no display. And simply, this is all there is. I don't know what all this mess is here. It looks just terrible. I can't tell if that capacitor is leaking or if there's just stuff that holds it in place. It looks like it may have leaked. It's really hard to say. I don't know if it's leaking or not. And I don't know if that would inhibit what I'm trying to do. That might make some sense. The white plug is a power cable. The switch to the right, or it's left, it's right. Your left, my right. And that's the reset button. The black connector is the speaker. This, of course, is the antenna. And that is a Uniden scanner antenna. That's a spare. It's dirty. But on the elbow and in the back, don't let anybody tell you those things are crap, because they're wrong. I have put a RadioShack antenna on this, and as soon as I swapped it out, I could hear all the radio transmissions just as good as I could on the Pro-93 right there, which is programmed the same as the Pro-2053. I just cloned the 2053 from the Pro-93, and it's set up the same, so I know what I'm listening to. If I hear something on here and I need to know what it is, I'll look to the 93 because it's got a decent display on it. Now right there, that screw shank that's soldered in with the its own nut soldered in, and the head is soldered on the other side too. That's where the telescoping antenna slides into the case and connects right there. I believe that's it. I've got a black telescoping antenna around here somewhere, I think, and it wasn't handy, but that's not why I put this on there. This was handy. I did have, without the elbow, connected the antenna in, and I decided to add the BNC elbow so I could set this up right and do this little presentation here. I know it's kind of short-sighted, but it is plugged into an external speaker. Pardon all the junk. Lots of projects going on here at American Radio X-Ray, and I've got my handy dandy little tripod here, which is a bookend. Excuse me. Anyways, again, everything works. Put my counterweight on so it didn't wiggle too much, and it seems to work okay. So I don't have any problems receiving. It's just a showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. That was fast. It's usually a lot of noise and reception issue, but again, that's all there is to it. It's just a couple cards and a bunch of plastic. It's really neat. It's a shame that the display does not work. I really wish it did. I wish I could have fixed it, because I like the display. It's just like the Pro-93 and the Pro-95. And don't whack your radios. That's just electronics abuse. You know, if you're gonna do a hard reset, push the damn button and do it right. No, I've tapped it, just to make sure there was no loose connections, but I may have thumped it. None of that. You're misbehaving in Sunday morning church. Thump. No. Be gentle with these things. I mean, for crying out loud, they've fallen off the desk or table or whatever, and you can see the the abrasions on the knobs there, that's probably not dirty. That's probably falling on top of the knob as it falls off somebody's test bench. But anyways, for what it's worth, it works. It just doesn't display. And I've been listening here for the past hour, and those guys are out there on the interstate. See, there they are, I believe, working in the work zones in the rain. And we've had a lot of rain come through. It looks like it's kind of clear right now. I think that's them. I'm not sure. It's not coming in on the Pro-93 right now. But for the most part, I've been able to give the same transmission through both radios at the same time. They're right outside. They can't be more than 2 miles away. And I know they're working around these bridges above and below. So please, if you're out there right now or during these times when they're working, especially at night, over the weekends, and the weather is inclement, the weather's bad. If it's raining, if it's foggy, and they're out there working, please be extra careful. Don't do anything stupid. Don't speed through the narrow construction zones. And if you lose a lane, it's not going to get there any faster because you just want to drive faster. What's the difference between 60 and 65 miles an hour? Over an 11-hour period, you get there maybe an hour early. You might save a whole hour in 11 hours as compared to running 60 miles an hour over an 11-hour period. It ain't much difference. Sure, 5 miles an hour extra. You know, if you want to go 20 over, you might save some time. You might not save lives. You may not save your own life. Don't do it. Don't speed. But at that rate, back to this. Just listening to these guys work. See, even it's doing better even than the Pro-93 because it's not receiving them at all. Now, the only unless I have for that is they're in a different spot than they were earlier, which means they moved, and the 93 can't pick up what the 2053 is picking up. You call it irony, call it position. I was going to say positional standing, but again, part of the reason why I have so many radios and different antennas in different places around here. These stations move when they're portable, when they're mobile. You know, they might get into a bad spot for one radio, but a great spot for another one. So that's kind of the theory. Anyways, these little things, this one's almost compact enough to go into a handheld radio, but they didn't do it that way. And that's kind of cool. So, including Richmond and Detroit. Buttons and knobs work. I don't have any problems with that. The only problem I have is the faulty display. I took it out. There ain't nothing to it. The glass came out. It doesn't look like it leaked out any LCD, but it looks impossible to how it works because this is backlit. The LED shine right through. It literally shines just like a window right through it. And I'm sure they've always done that. But I've seen displays where you could see something. You could see etching or something. This one, you just look right through it at any angle, and it's just not there. So again, that might mean there's no LCD, or I don't know. It's just perfect. But again, I reset the ribbons. Everything is clamped in there properly. I don't see any issues with the components except for that one capacitor. And I don't see any connection issues, wiring issues. I can pour over it again and just see. But the board's a little messy. I don't know if that's adhesive from the factory, tamper proofing. There's a T2 on here, and I guess if I can find the service manual, I can see if I can adjust anything. I kind of doubt it for the display, but you know, it's just an old device like any others, and they wear out. But they're fun to play with. They're fun to listen with. And chances are you can find guys that are out there working or whatever, for whatever reason on the radio, you can find them, especially when they're nearby. And that's really the most fun is, once again, watching this stuff work. It's not so much conversation, but watching it work. And, kind of uploading it on YouTube. It's just fun. And I just like to share it. All right. Once again, RadioShack Pro-2053, 200 channel, dual trunking tracker. I'm just trying to read the label. Anyways, that's what it is. My name's William, K4ARX. Thanks for joining me on American Radio X-Ray.